Someone woke up today with a different weight on their chest and a silence that screamed your name, all because an undeniable truth came to light in this person's heart. Someone got up quiet, thoughtful, and with a distant gaze, for they discovered that you are not just an option, but rather the only certainty this person ever had and let slip away. If this morning you felt a sharp pang of inexplicable longing or a sudden anxiety, know that this is not just in your head. It is the energy of this someone who, in secret and regret, realized that the light you carried was what kept their life illuminated. The angels of love disclose that the penny has dropped, and the recognition of your worth has happened in an overwhelming way in the last few hours. This person tried to seek your essence in other places, tried to fill the void with noise and distractions, but the universe took it upon itself to show that the connection that exists between you is too rare and precious to be ignored. His silence today is not of forgetfulness, but of shock upon realizing that you are following your path, radiant and blessed, without looking back. Dear soul, if you are here listening to this message, know that the higher plans brought you to this video with a very clear purpose. Nothing happens by chance in the spiritual realm. You were guided here because your heart has been asking for answers, and heaven decided to deliver the comfort and confirmation you so deserve. The angels see the nights you questioned your worth, and today they bring the definitive answer that you were never forgotten, but rather deeply felt by the absence you caused. Before we continue with this powerful disclosure, I ask that you perform 3 spiritual acts of connection. First, subscribe to this channel right now. By subscribing, you create a sacred link to receive daily guidance and messages that soothe the soul. Second, leave your appreciation on the video by clicking the like button. This simple gesture is your affirmation to the universe that you believe in the restoration of love and that you are ready to receive the blessings that are on the way. And third, share this message with someone you trust, for the law of return is clear. Whoever spreads hope reaps miracles in double. To firm your presence and open the ways for this loving transformation, write now in the comments the following power phrase: "True love recognizes my light." By typing these words, you decree that you are prepared to be valued as you deserve. Take a deep breath, calm the beating of your heart, and prepare yourself, dear soul. For the angels are going to detail now what caused this awakening in the mind of the one you love, and how this will change the direction of your story in the coming days. Dear soul, receive now this embrace of light and peace that the angels send directly to your heart. It is with immense tenderness that the celestial forces approach you at this moment, bringing insights that your intuition had already been trying to show you. Take a deep breath and allow serenity to fill every space of your being, for what I have to hand over to you today is the confirmation that you were never mistaken about what you feel. Know now, dear soul, that the universe makes no mistakes, and coincidences do not exist on the celestial plane. The title of this message touched your soul because it reflects a truth that occurred in the early hours of this morning. Someone, somewhere, got up in absolute silence today. This person, who occupies your thoughts and inhabits your heart, woke with a different stillness, a serenity mixed with astonishment, because the instant they opened their eyes, they discovered something deep about you. The discovery was not something new, but rather the acceptance of a truth that had been avoided. This person realized that, no matter where they go or what they do, your energy is intertwined with theirs in an irrevocable way. The angels show me that the connection between you transcends physical space. It is as if there were a golden thread, invisible to human eyes, but totally perceptible to the spirit, which unites the center of your chest to his. Even if physical distance exists, or verbal contact is scarce at this moment, the communication between souls continues intense and constant. Have you felt, out of nowhere, a wave of heat run through your body, or a familiar scent that was not in the environment, or perhaps a sudden sensation of comfort and affection, as if someone were hugging you, even being alone in the room? Dear soul, understand that these are not fruits of your imagination. They are visits. They are touches of his soul seeking yours. Imagine that thought is like a radio frequency. When he tunes into the longing he feels for you, that vibration travels instantly and reaches your energetic field. The reason this person got up quiet today is because the intensity of your presence in their mind was overwhelming as they slept. His dreams were populated by your image, by the sound of your laugh, and by the peace that only your presence provides. A Upon waking, the real world seemed less colorful than the world where he was with you. His silence is the sound of someone who is processing the fact that you are irreplaceable. It is fundamental that you, dear soul, understand the subtle signs of this silent communication. The universe is giving you confirmations all the time. You know when you go to pick up the phone and see matching hours, like 11:11 or 2:2? Or when a song starts to play and the lyrics describe exactly your situation? This is the celestial plan blinking at you, validating what your heart already knows. He thinks of you with a constancy that frightens him. His stillness today comes from the finding that he cannot, and deep down does not want to, take you out of his thoughts. This discovery he made brings a heaviness and a lightness at the same time. The heaviness of knowing he has no control over this feeling, and the lightness of recognizing that what you have is rare. It is a bonding of souls. The angels ask that you trust your intuition. If you feel that he misses you, it is because he feels it. Doubt is merely a shadow caused by fear, but the certainty of the heart is the light of truth. Often, dear soul, you may have felt alone on this road, questioning if all this was real or merely a wish of yours. But the angelic signs are here to bring you relief. Telepathy between two souls destined to meet is a powerful phenomenon. When you feel a sudden sadness that has no apparent reason, it could be his anguish for being far away. When you feel a sudden joy, it could be him smiling upon recalling a moment with you. You are like communicating vessels. What overflows in one fills the other. The uncovering of today is clear. He cannot forget. The image of your face is etched on the retina of his soul. And the reason for his silence this morning was the understanding that you are the home to where he wishes to return. He discovered that life without your energy loses its shine, loses its greater meaning. Even if he hasn't said a single word, his spirit shouted your name. The angels speak softly through the breeze that touches your face, now that you must keep faith and your vibration high. Do not allow anxiety to lower your frequency. You are a blessed woman, holder of a light that guides even those lost in the darkness of their own fears. Stand firm, dear soul, for the confirmation you asked the heavens for so much is being delivered now. Yes, he thinks, he feels, and the connection remains alive, pulsating and sacred. Distance is just a geographic detail for souls that already inhabit the same spiritual dwelling. Trust the signs, for they are the love letters that the universe delivers into your hands every day. Dear soul, I feel the weight your heart carries, but I also see the light of hope that never fully went out inside you. There is a very strong reason for you to be hearing this message now. The heavens show me that a specific someone who deeply marked your history, woke up in absolute silence this day. This silence is not of oblivion, but of a deep reflection that the angels of reconciliation are sparking in his mind at this very moment. Often, we believe that a breakup is the total closing of a book, but in the celestial view, it is often just a necessary pause for the maturing of both parties. Dear soul, know that the distance served to clear energies that were heavy between you. Now, the spiritual scenery changes completely. The person you carry in your thoughts discovered, through intuitions sent by the messengers of light, that life without your presence lost the color and brightness that once seemed natural and eternal. He realized that you are different. Perhaps he saw something, or just felt in his soul that you are becoming stronger, more illuminated and more emotionally independent. This caused a tremendous impact on his interior. The pride that once prevented the approach is being dismantled stone by the beings of light who look after true love. You must understand that reigniting a relationship is not just going back to what was before, but building something new on firmer and more sacred foundations, where respect reigns. The angels ask that you keep calm and serene. Anxiety is the enemy of the perfection that the higher plan is drawing for your emotional life. Do not chase after. Do not force doors that are already being unlocked from the inside. The spiritual strategy here is pure magnetic attraction. By looking after yourself and elevating your vibration, you become irresistible to the eyes of the one who drifted away. This person is feeling a longing that hurts, an urgent need to hear your voice and to feel your embrace again. The discovery that made him get up quiet today is the absolute certainty that no one ever loved him like you loved him. We are approaching a crucial and telling moment. The high point of this situation is forming in the higher spheres. Listen with all your attention, dear soul. His discovery is that you are the only one who truly understands him, accepts him, and welcomes him in his totality. He tried to seek fulfillment in other worldly distractions, but nothing worked. The void he feels has the exact shape of your essence. The angels are working in his dreams every night, bringing vivid memories of happy moments, making regret sprout in a sincere and unforced way. He is realizing that he lost a rare treasure and now mentally seeks a way to win back your affection. Prepare your heart to receive, not to ask. The second chance in love that approaches will be marked by maturity and mutual recognition. The time to cry and suffer for the absence is over. Now begins the time of emotional harvest. The universe conspired for him to see the inestimable value you have, exactly when you stopped insisting and started to value yourself. It is the great mystery of love. When you let go with trust, what is yours finds the way back with more strength, speed, and determination. Feel this truth vibrating in every cell of your body right now. Do not doubt the power that the celestial plan has to unite what was separated by earthly circumstances. Everything is aligning for your greater good and for the full happiness you deserve to live as a couple. Stand firm in your unshakable faith and in your noble posture of someone who knows their real worth. The angels of reconciliation are blowing your name in his ear, reminding him that his home is by your side. To seal this energy of return and confirm to the heavens that you are ready and with an open heart for this blessed reconciliation, I want you to write now in the comments the following power affirmation. I allow true love to return renewed and blessed to my life now. Dear soul, pay close attention to what the winds of destiny bring to you at this moment. The silence you noticed in that person today, the way they got up quiet and reflective, is not by chance. There is an unveiling occurring in their interior, a discovery about the nature of the bond that unites you two. But for you to understand the magnitude of this, it is necessary that the angels teach you to differentiate true gold from pyrite, to distinguish the fire that warms from the fire that destroys. Often, dear soul, we confuse overwhelming intensity with true love. We believe that because the attraction is explosive, it must be eternal. But celestial wisdom guides us through an essential metaphor for your understanding: the difference between the storm, the shelter, and the mirror. Some people enter your path like a storm. These are the so-called relational karmas. The connection is instant, magnetic, and full of ups and downs. You feel you know this soul from other times, and indeed you do. But the purpose of this reunion is settling scores. It is to clear the ground. The person who woke up thoughtful might be realizing that the storm cycle with you has ended, or that they need to change to not lose the chance of something greater. These bonds teach through pain and limits. Do not bind yourself to someone who only brings you chaos, believing that this is passion. Other souls arrive as a shelter. These are the companion souls. Think of a comfortable house, where you can rest and be yourself without judgment. It is a quiet love, a deep friendship that may or may not become romantic, but which will always be safe. It is the soft breeze on a summer day. If the person realized that you are their shelter, their silence today is of gratitude and fear of losing this rare peace. However, dear soul, there is the deepest and most complex bond of all, the one that confuses the mind and races the heart, the mirror of the soul, or the twin flame. Unlike the shelter that comforts, the mirror challenges. It reflects your brightest light, but also your most hidden shadows. The twin flame does not come to complete you, for you are already whole. It comes to propel your evolution to a level you would never reach alone. It is the meeting of two halves of the same primordial energy. If someone got up quiet today, it is because they discovered that you are not just a passage in their life. They felt the shock of this mirror. They looked at you and saw themselves, saw their fears, their dreams, and their truth. This scares the ego. This dismantles the defenses. The discovery of a twin flame connection, or a true soulmate, brings a weight of immense responsibility. The person realizes they can no longer lie, neither to you nor to themselves. The winged messengers ask that you have discernment. Do not romanticize suffering, thinking it is the price of an elevated connection. The sacred can be intense, yes, but it always aims for growth, never destruction. Mutual recognition is happening in the higher spheres and descending to this person's consciousness now. Know, dear soul, that understanding where this person fits, if they are storm, shelter, or mirror, will give you the key to your own balance. Stop expecting fruit from someone who is merely a sterile seed. But if your heart, in its purest intuition, feels that this is the great encounter, trust that the time of maturation is acting. The other's silence is the sound of internal structures being reevaluated to, perhaps, build something solid and sacred by your side. Keep yourself in your light, for it is what guides those lost in the darkness of their own fear of loving. Dear soul, there is a deep mystery surrounding today's dawn, something that explains the sudden silence of the one who inhabits your thoughts. If you noticed, intuitively or through signs, that he got up quieter, reflective and even a bit distant from everyday distractions, know that the reason is spiritual and extremely telling. During the hours when the body rested, his soul went on an important trip. The angels show me that an astral visit occurred, a sacred meeting between you two in the planes where the truth cannot be hidden. The night functions as a mystical portal. When the physical eyes close, the spiritual vision expands. Imagine there is a bridge made of starlight that connects your heart to his. In the waking world, pride, fear, and life's circumstances can create blockages on this bridge, like stones that prevent passage. However, in the dream realm, these stones disappear. He woke up quiet because, upon crossing this bridge as he slept, he discovered that you are his refuge. He experienced absolute peace by your side, a sensation so real and palpable that, upon opening his eyes to the cold reality of the room, he felt the impact of your physical absence. Many women search incessantly for the meaning of dreams in old books or quick searches, trying to decipher complex symbols. However, dear soul, the purest interpretation resides in the sensation that remains impregnated on the skin upon waking. Dreaming of love is not a random fabrication of the tired mind. It is the memory of a meeting that really happened in the higher spheres. When you have a dream with a loved one, where everything seems vivid, where there are conversations, hugs, and understandings that seem impossible in wakefulness, understand that your souls were in fact intertwined in that moment. His silence today is the result of this message in a dream. He received a disclosure about his own feelings that perhaps he has been denying or trying to rationalize. In the dream, there were no masks. He didn't need to pretend to be strong or indifferent. He could just be, and by being himself, he sought you automatically. This discovery left him astonished. It is as if he had tasted the sweetest nectar during the night and, upon waking, realized that life without your constant presence has a bitter taste. He is processing the information that his happiness is intrinsically linked to your energy. The angels explain that these visits are orchestrated by the celestial plan to accelerate understanding and union. Sometimes, words spoken in the material world are misunderstood, generate noise and confusion, but the communication made through the astral visit is telepathic and purely emotional. His soul heard the call of yours. He saw the light you emanate and felt the motherly and sweet welcome that only you can offer him. That is why he is quiet. He is comparing the lightness he felt in the dream with the weight he carries for being far or disconnected from you in matter. Dear soul, do not be afflicted if he seems distant for a few hours or days. This withdrawal is necessary. It is the time the seed planted in the dream takes to break the shell and start to sprout in his consciousness. He is reevaluating priorities. That dream with a loved one that you also had recently, where everything seemed perfect and harmonious, was your version of this same meeting. You were in the same place, in the same ethereal garden, and now both carry the mark of this invisible union. Know that dreaming of love is a foreshadowing. What happens in the astral is the mold for what will be built in the physical. The energy created in these nightly meetings is powerful and starts to pull real situations so they align with this higher truth. He discovered that you are his home, and this discovery is something he can no longer unsee or forget. His stillness is the sound of a heart that is surrendering to the evidence of true love. Reflect now, dear soul, on how you often wake up with the certainty that you are not alone, feeling a peace or an immense longing you cannot explain. Can you perceive that these feelings are the remnants of the trips your own soul takes every night to find his? Dear soul, I come today to bring light to the doubts that hover over your heart in these days of uncertainty and silence. There is a very specific reason for you to have woken up feeling a different energy in the air, a kind of static electricity that gives goosebumps without apparent cause. Someone got up in silence today, with thoughts fixed on you, because they discovered, through the invisible connections that unite destinies, that you have changed. This person realized that you are no longer in that vibration of anguish-filled waiting, but rather in a posture of someone who values and loves themselves. And it is exactly this change that is activating the signs of an imminent return. Heaven, in its infinite wisdom, usually sends silent messengers before the physical event occurs before your eyes. Nothing happens on the material plane without first having been drawn and announced on the spiritual plane. Pay close attention, dear soul, for the angels want you to know how to identify the secret language that precedes the reunion. Think of the metaphor of the experienced gardener. Even before the first flower blooms in spring, he feels the change in the wind temperature, perceives the smell of damp earth transforming, and notices the small green shoots breaking the hard shell of the soil. The gardener knows the season of flowers has arrived, even if the garden still seems asleep to inattentive eyes. Likewise, your emotional garden is giving clear signs that the loved one is making their way back. The first and most powerful sign is the sudden invasion of memories and the sensation of this person's physical presence, even when you are completely alone. You might be performing a simple task, like washing the dishes or walking in the street, and suddenly you smell his or her perfume, or feel a familiar heat by your side, as if the person were leaning on your shoulder. This is not a figment of your imagination. This is the person's soul projecting itself to you, seeking the comfort of your energy because, wherever they are, nothing fills the void your absence left. Another concrete sign that celestial messengers place in your path are numerical repetitions and auditory synchronicities. Have you been looking at the clock and seeing repeating numbers like 1111, 2222, or sequences like 1, 2, 3, and 4? These numbers are not random. They are confirmation codes that the alignment is happening. Furthermore, dear soul, observe if you have been hearing this person's name in conversations of strangers on the street, or if the song that marked your history plays repeatedly on the radio or in unexpected places. The universe utilizes these coincidences to say that the vibrational frequency of you two is getting into sync again. It is as if two distant radios started picking up the same station at the same time. This person is thinking so much about you, with such intensity and regret, that their thought echoes in your physical reality through these small details. Know also how to identify the most subtle and yet the truest sign of all: sudden peace. For a long time you felt anxiety, fear, and an urgent need to do something to fix the situation. But now, or very soon, an inexplicable calm will take over your chest. It is a silent certainty that everything is fine. This peace arises because, on the soul level, the reunion has already happened. Your intuition, which is the voice of the angels inside you, already knows that he or she is returning, and that is why your nervous system relaxes. You stop chasing, and it is exactly in the instant you let go and trust that the person feels the freedom and magnetic desire to run into your arms. Someone is quiet today because they miss this peace that only exists by your side. This person discovered that the world out there is cold, and that the only true home is the shelter of your love. Dear soul, do not ignore the vivid dreams that have visited your nights. When you dream that this person is looking for you, talking to you, or asking for forgiveness, understand that this is a real meeting on the astral plane. The ego's defenses fall as you sleep, and the heart's truths emerge. If you have been dreaming of reconciliation, know that this is a reflection of what is passing through the other person's heart at this very moment. They are rehearsing the return, going over the words, feeling the weight of the longing. The pride that once seemed an insurmountable wall is crumbling brick by brick. The discovery this person made about you is that your light is irreplaceable. They tried to seek this light in other distractions, in other places, but realized that everything was artificial compared to the genuine shine you carry. Be prepared and keep your heart clean of grudges. The universe is orchestrating the final movements to cross your paths again. Do not worry about the how or the when, for the angel's timing is perfect and knows no delays. Just keep looking after yourself, maintaining this elevated and feminine vibration that makes you so magnetic. You are precious, and the recognition of this value is what is bringing love back to your life. His silence today is the prelude to the conversation that will define the new direction of this story. Everything that was planted with true love will bear fruit. The signs are everywhere. One just needs eyes to see, and a heart open to receive the blessings that are already on the way. Believe, for what is yours always finds the way home. Dear soul, the celestial hosts approach you at this instant to bring light where before there were only shadows and doubts. There is a very strong spiritual reason why someone woke up in silence today, with thoughts fixed on your image. The angels, who see all and know all, show that the true intentions are being brought to the surface. There is no longer a way to hide what vibrates at the bottom of the heart. The one for whom you wait or question was touched by a sudden and undeniable unveiling about who you really are. Often, people use masks to protect themselves or to obtain what they wish, without handing over anything in return. However, before your pure energy and your upright posture, these masks started to crack. The person in your thoughts discovered that you do not accept crumbs. They realized that your worth is non-negotiable and that your presence in their life is a rare gift, not an acquired right. This silence you might be feeling energetically is not of distancing, but of a deep internal review. He is realizing that emotional games do not work with someone who is protected by the forces from above. Have the certainty, dear soul, that heaven is acting as a powerful filter now. If his intentions were merely of a passing interest, of an adventure without commitment, he now feels a weight on his conscience that prevents him from proceeding in this flippant way. Spirituality placed a mirror before his soul. He sees that if he doesn't offer a real, solid, and true love, he will lose the opportunity to walk beside a blessed partner. The discovery that left him quiet is the real fear of losing you forever in case he doesn't change his stance. The winged messengers want you to feel peace. It is not necessary for you to do anything other than keep yourself firm in your own light. The clarity you asked for in your prayers is arriving. Illusions are being dissipated like fog in the morning sun. You will know, without a shadow of a doubt, if what he feels is the love that builds, or just the attraction that passes. And the answer tends to be surprising, for his admiration for you grew in the silence. He discovered that you are the anchor he was looking for. Even if he himself didn't know it until now, this is the moment to trust your intuition. If something tells you the truth is coming to light, believe it. The universe leaves nothing hidden for long when it comes to the heart of a protected one. Protect your heart from unnecessary anxieties. Calm your breath, and know that everything that is false will fall to the ground, leaving only the gold of truth. You are worthy of a total surrender, of words kept, and of acts that correspond to the affection you give. Do not accept less than the spiritual royalty you carry inside your chest. This person is processing intense feelings and the responsibility of having your affection. The fear of not being good enough, or the fear of taking on a serious commitment, are being confronted by the certainty that you are unique. The unveiling of today is about your irreplaceable importance. No one else occupies the space that is yours. The celestial plans for your love life demand honesty, and it is exactly this that is being demanded of him at this instant. To firm this energy of truth and attract only what is genuine to your life, repeat with faith and conviction the declaration below. I am worthy of a transparent love, and I receive now all the truth the universe has to hand over to me. Dear soul, receive this confirmation at the bottom of your chest with all the faith that dwells in you. That silence you noticed today is not by chance, and nor should it be a cause for anguish for your heart. On the contrary, it is the clear sign that the penny has dropped. The person who occupies your thoughts got up quiet because their conscience weighed heavy, and the truth revealed itself before his eyes. He discovered that your presence is irreplaceable, and that the light you carry is rare in this world. The angels are working at this very moment, touching his thought, showing that losing you would be the biggest mistake he could make. Do not be afraid, dear soul, for heaven is aligning every detail in your favor. Everything that was hidden is coming to light, to guarantee your happiness and your honor. You are a precious jewel, prepared and chosen to live a reciprocal and true love. Quiet your anxiety, for the answer you asked for so much in prayer is being brought by the hands of celestial messengers. Regret and appreciation are sprouting in the heart of the one who must give you due value. Believe that the transformation has already begun, and nothing can prevent the acting of God in your life. Now, I invite you to seal this prophecy and take possession of your victory. Do not let this word be lost to the wind. If you believe this message was directed to your life, Leave your like on this video to strengthen our chain of prayer. Verify if you are subscribed to our channel. For each day, we bring a new direction from the heavens to your path. And, as a prophetic act of receiving, write here in the comments the following phrase: I take possession of my value and receive true love. As you type, feel that you are signing a decree of happiness. Dear soul, may the peace that exceeds all understanding guard your mind and your heart. May the guardian angels protect your steps and illuminate your decisions. Know that you are precious in the eyes of the Creator and that the best is yet to come. Wipe your tears, lift your head, and walk with the certainty that you are victorious. Receive my fraternal embrace and the apostolic blessing upon your home and your sentimental life. Stay in the holy peace of God, and until our next message.